Welcome to the Sageful Life. I'm Maria Nicholson, and I'm so grateful you're joining me today. Whether you're tuning in on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or catching clips on Instagram or Facebook, this space is all about embracing this next chapter with purpose and heart. If you haven't yet, please like, share, and subscribe on your favorite platform. It helps our community grow and keeps this movement going strong. And if you'd love some complimentary wellness and lifestyle resources, we've put together beautiful, helpful tools just for you. Click the link in the description below, drop in your email, and they'll be on their way to your inbox. Have you ever felt torn between two worlds? One world teaches you that caring for your elders is an honor, a sacred responsibility passed down through generations. The other pulls you in every direction: work, family, deadlines, and expectations. Until you realize you're not just stretched thin, you're stretched beyond. This episode is a story of what happened when I found myself standing between those two worlds, and how love, heartbreak, and purpose led me to create the Sageful Life. I was raised in a traditional Filipino home and been living here in the United States, which I now call my home. Caring for your parents wasn't a burden in Filipino culture. It was a gift. It was who we are. So when my mother's health started declining and her sister, my beloved aunt, began showing signs of Alzheimer's, I stepped in. I drove my mom to every doctor's appointment. I picked up her medications. I sat through procedures and listened to diagnoses. I wasn't a full-time caregiver, but I became the one who made all the decisions, the one who everyone turned to, the one they leaned on. But I was also running a business, raising a family, trying to hold it all together. And then came the hardest decision of all: placing my mom and my aunt into a nursing home so they could receive 24/7 care. I knew they needed help I couldn't give, but the guilt, the heartbreak, the feeling that I had somehow failed my culture, my family, myself, it was overwhelming. I remember sitting in the car after visiting them, crying so hard I couldn't drive. This wasn't the life I wanted for them. This wasn't the promise I thought I would keep. My mom had battled chronic kidney disease for years. But what took her from us wasn't the illness. It was a fall. Her first fall happened in a skilled nursing facility. She broke her hip. She had surgery, and we were hopeful. She was moved to a rehab facility to recover. But then just days later, she fell down again. This time, she hit her head. And within hours, she suffered a brain hemorrhage. I collapsed to the floor when I got that call. I couldn't process it. She was supposed to be getting better. She was supposed to come home. Instead, I was given only a few hours to say goodbye to the woman who raised me, my anchor, the strongest and wisest woman I have ever known, my confidant. That kind of loss changes everything. It strips your world bare. It makes you question what matters. And for me, it gave me a new purpose. I've been a designer and general contractor for nearly 36 years. But after losing my mother and my aunt, both to the failings of a system that didn't protect them, my work became more than just remodeling. I became a certified aging-in-place specialist. Now, I design homes that allow older adults to live safely, independently, and with dignity, so that other families don't have to go through what mine did. Because no one should lose a loved one to something that could have been prevented. Hey friends, everything we use and love is now linked on our website at thesagefullife.com. You'll find tools that make life safer, easier, and more joyful. When you shop through our page, it's at no extra cost to you, but we may earn a small commission. That helps us keep producing useful and empowering content for you and your family. Now, let's get back to it. And so, The Sageful Life was born, not just a podcast, a movement, a mission, a space to explore what it truly means to grow older with intention. Because aging isn't the end of something, it's the beginning of a deeper, wiser chapter. Every week, we'll talk about what matters: wellness, home safety, relationships, travel, purpose, joy, grief, reinvention. Sometimes I'll be here sharing my own journey. Sometimes we'll bring in voices, experts, professionals, and peers. They will help us all age more wisely, more consciously, and more courageously. So if you're over 50 or love someone who is, this space is for you. This is where your next chapter begins, not with fear, but with freedom. Thank you for being here. If today's conversation inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're tuning in. We're building something beautiful here, and you're a big part of it. Don't forget to check out our complimentary Sageful Life resources created to help you live more intentionally and joyfully every day. Just click the link below this video or in the show notes, enter your email, and it's all yours. Until next time, stay curious, stay grounded, and live sagefully. We were told to age quietly, to sit down, fade out, shrink ourselves. But no one talks about the anger, the aches, or the invisibility. In episode 2, we're unpacking what really happens after 50 and how to reclaim our power, our voice, and our wellness. This one's a truth bomb, so subscribe and listen now. The content shared on the Sageful Life is for informational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not a licensed physician, therapist, or medical professional. Nothing discussed should be taken as medical or professional advice. Always consult your own healthcare providers or qualified experts for guidance specific to your needs. Our goal is to spark thoughtful conversations, not to diagnose, treat, or replace professional care. Listener discretion is advised.